Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a Sunday evening episode of Ted's Booze Cellar with me, your most gracious host Ted. Welcome to the premier alcohol review show here on YouTube. It is currently 20 minutes past 5 on the 9th of July 2023. I hope I'm finding you all in a good state of affairs, and if I'm not, then I hope things improve for you very soon. We're going to be taking a look at a drink today that was gifted to me by my brother and his wife. So I think they were just hanging around in a park recently, and there was this promotional thing nearby from Heroes and Heretics, who are an American whiskey company, and this is the Whiskey Roller Hard Seltzer, which is a hibiscus, nutmeg and bay leaf whiskey low-calorie seltzer drink. Now, obviously on the show in the past we've reviewed sort of like gin and sort of vodka seltzers. We've obviously reviewed White Claw, which is extremely popular in the US. But I can't remember if I've ever reviewed a whiskey seltzer. And I decided to look up on Heroes and Heretics website, and the About section about them says, "It's whiskey, Jim, but not as we know it. Our founder only realised on his 37th year on this planet that whiskey was an amazing adventure. Most people's memory of whiskey seemingly ended in disaster and bouts of self-induced illness." It's kind of true, unfortunately. Having discovered this to be true earlier in life for our founder, going back and partaking again was a difficult choice, but one that was absolutely worth making. Whiskey is not one experience, and like one bad streak might not stop you eating meat, we believe that there is a whiskey out there for everyone. A cocktail with your name on it, a distillery created with you in mind. Not only can your palate change and accept the beauty of luxury spirits, but we believe that the industry should change, expand, soften and allow everyone, all cultures, demographics, backgrounds and walks of life to indulge in their own way, free of rules and tropes. That sentence needs grammatisation. Break it up. Knowing that the nuance and esoteric nature of the water of life and many other spirits remained a barrier to the many. What's that even mean? We created Heroes and Heretics. We represent anyone and everyone keen to try, to sample, and eventually grow to love this magnificent spirit and its peers. Inclusive, exclusive, affordable luxury. There is no right way to drink whiskey. The best way is how you do it. Drink less, enjoy more. See, the thing is, right, if you kept just the first paragraph of that About section and then maybe the last line of the last paragraph, I'd absolutely have no problems with that. The paragraph and a half in the middle, though, is just filler about... just absolute filler. Really, honestly, they repeated themselves about inclusivity about 3 or 4 times, and it's just a lot of word salad. So, I mean, I'm not arguing against it, but it's just that is pretty weirdly and quite honestly poorly written, if I'm going to be honest. But anyway, I will say the design of the can and the colouring and the sort of labelling, really lovely. Good solid 9 out of 10, I think. A little bit sort of clean and overly sort of sanitised, but it's nice. I will say the idea of hibiscus, nutmeg and bay leaf with whiskey is one that I'm kind of a bit weirded out by, but I'm interested to try anything at least once. It says 4% alcohol volume, so yeah, shouldn't be too bad. Anyway, let's have a quick snifter first to see what our first impression's like. Wow, oh man, already getting a good nose of that. Definitely a good bit of hibiscus there. So yeah, definitely strong nose of hibiscus, tiny after smell of nutmeg. Not really getting any of the bay leaf, to be honest, but I'm getting sort of a nice whiskey through line in the nose there. So generally it smells really nice. This is one of the nicest smelling premix cocktail cans we've had on the show, and so I think I'll give the nose sort of probably like an 8 out of 10. It's a little bit imbalanced, and there's not really any of the bay leaf in that nose as far as I can tell, but generally it smells really nice. So yeah, I'll give it a good 8 out of 10. But as always, quick palate cleanser of water. And then on to the most important part of the video, which is to see what this sucker tastes like. So to everyone at home, I hope you have a good week ahead, and try and be good to yourself, good to each other, and if you make a mess up, like you're being rude to someone at their job, just apologise about it and move on. But, as always, bottoms up. Is that it? Almost entirely flavourless. Again, virtually no taste of bay leaf. What little hibiscus there is, really mild, doesn't really taste of that much. And the nutmeg kind of does work with the whiskey and the hibiscus flavours, but it's again just really subdued. The main problem with this is I kind of get this is kind of the main aspect of a lot of seltzers, but the flavour is so subdued and so mild that there's really no character to this at all. That's really the main downside of it. The flavour is fine, it's just there's not really that much of it, and it's quite imbalanced, again a little bit like the nose as well. The texture is just kind of nothingness. Yeah, it's easy to palate and easy to drink, but really it's very much a 5 out of 10. It's not bad at all, but it's just very average. It's like, it's there. I will say, I probably do like it more than some of the other sort of like seltzers I've reviewed on this show. If I have reviewed any that before that if I've rated higher than this, I probably would go back and re-review them, because generally this is fine. I could possibly even push it for a 5.5 out of 10, but really it's quite forgettable. That's the main problem. It's like, I don't feel like in order to sort of like cater to the general idea of a seltzer, you have to make the flavour weak. You can make it vibrant and sort of like noticeable, but you just need to sort of like make it a bit lighter, a little bit crisper. And I just feel like with this, they've just dialed back on everything on all fronts to the point where it has very little flavour. That being said, it's not unpleasant to drink and it's easy to palate, but there's really not much to write home about, and really it's quite forgettable, and that's its main sort of weakness, is that it is a bland, like, sort of 5 out of 10. But generally speaking, it's not that bad, and I've had worse, so yeah, 5 out of 10. Try it if you fancy it. It's definitely an interesting idea, the flavours they've got here, but I just think it could have been executed better, really. But yeah, if you guys like this video, leave a like, share and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for future episodes of Ted Boo's Cellar, let me know in the comments section down below. And if you want to check out any of my other social medias, I'll leave the links to those in the video description down below. But until next time, have fun, stay safe for whatever you're doing, don't do anything I wouldn't do, drink responsibly, know your limits, and I'll see you guys at the bar next time on Ted's Boo's Cellar. Bye bye for now.